What's up, monstrosities? How are we doing? I just had to hop on right now and tell you why everybody is fucking wrong about SBMM in Dead by Daylight. And I know what you want to hear is the like, oh my gosh, it's not going to kill, everybody's reacting. But true, while I do think some of that's true, I want to talk about what people are actually wrong about in SBMM. So, I've seen a lot of this topic being thrown around in this discussion is that the top 1% of survivors are only going to see the same killers over and over again. They're only going to see Nurse, Blight, and Spirit. But actually, in a working SBMM system, and the way this should be structured, as per reading, that could be further from the truth. A top 1% survivor is going to see the top 1% of each killer. Because not everybody can be the top 1% of a single killer. In this current system, I think we run out of seeing the exact same killer over and over. Because that's what wins games, and that's how you climb the ranks. Admittedly, you all know me as a trickster main, playing Deathslinger lately. But if I really feel like I've just been dogged on and dunked on the entire time, I'll hop on Freddy. I admit it. I'd be like, man, I've lost all my games today. I just want to play somebody that makes brain go burr. Freddy. And you get tired of seeing the raids, and the lights, and the spirits, and the nurses, because that's the shit that wins game and climbs the ranks. But like I said again, not everybody can be 1%, top 1% of that killer. Let's say, for example, again, Freddy's probably the one I have the best kill rate on because it's easy. And let's just imagine I am the top 1% Freddy. Does that mean that when I do play Freddy, I'll just never get a match? No. That means I'll fight the top 1% of survivors when I play Freddy. And when I play Trickster, I'll get probably top 15%. Let's say that, right? I'll play the top 15% when it comes to that. And when I practice Ghostface after SBMM comes out, I'll be at the top 99%, like everybody else trying to learn the character. So if anything, I'd say that the killers are going to see less variety. But honestly, as Red rank 1, whatever, I already don't see that variety. It's the same fucking 3 perks all day. Iron Will, Decisive, Unbreakable. And then whatever exhaustion perk they like better, whether it be Dead Hard or Sprint Burst. Occasional balance landing in life just for razzle dazzle. So I can't even say as a killer that you have a, oh my gosh, it's going to be same, because it already fucking is. Everybody knows what works. Everybody uses Dead Hard every single match. To try to either dead hard for distance or da. You start playing around getting dead hearted, decisive, and unbreakable because you're just so used to it as a killer. So nothing would change there. And as a survivor, you're going to see more killers, not less. If the system works how they said it is and it's truly tied to each killer. Now true. If it was tied to a person and their killer rating overall, that means that when I'm Ghostface and finally get a lobby after 15 hours of waiting, I'm going to get dunked on by 4 red rank survivors. Or, whatever the fuck it is called now, like gold or whatever. That's what that would mean, right? And that just isn't the case. And that's why I had to get on and tell you everybody is fucking stupid. And it's kind of bad because I see a lot of big content creators parroting the same message when, if you stop to think about it, that's not how that would work. Mind you, I understand why people think that. That's because, in the SBMM test, that's what happened. Right? And I think that's because Behavior made a very bad decision of letting people know that they were testing something. Because everybody made that presumption, and again, it was a cycle. It was, man, I'm getting fucking dunked on by these survivors. I don't know if it's a Swift, but they're running the same shit over and over, and I don't feel like losing my rank. I see that. I don't feel like dropping from rank 1 killer to rank 5 just from fighting the same shit all the time. I've been sent to Haddonfield 7 times today. I don't want to hear it. You go, man, that's just killer bias. No, here's the flip side. So then everybody goes to playing Blight and Spirit, shit that works. And then poor survivors have to deal with the same shit that works. Because now, everybody's fighting over their rank again in SBMM. So what they did on that next test is they tried to remove it. But they didn't remove it for you individually, which was a stupid part. They made it so that you didn't see rank at all, right? Yeah, I didn't see that I could have been fighting against 4 green ranks as a rank 1. Yeah, I didn't see that. But at the end of the game, I still got Merciless or Entity Displeased, right? So that's why that test did not work. I think if they never said anything and just ran the test, the results would be a lot better and people would feel a lot better about SBMM coming to Dead by Daylight. I'm perfectly neutral on it. I have my qualms, and I'm excited for it at the same time because, like I said, I get to test Ghostface without losing rank and getting dunked on and just learning nothing for a few matches. True, I could do that and not care about this artificial rank anyway, but it just doesn't feel good to hear Predator Entity Displeased every time for trying to learn a character. It just doesn't feel good. So, in the new system, this is where it comes in that the thing that I am worried about. I'm worried about the people that are one tricks of a killer and survivors as a whole having to play at the top 1% level for an entire month. And more specifically from a content perspective, right? In the old system, rank resets on the 13th, you go back down like half a rank or whatever the fuck, and you go right back to it. If you go onto Ox's stream or Dowsy's stream and you see by the 17th that they're not back at rank 1 or 2 as killer, you go, oh, what the fuck, they're washed. They're at rank 12, what the fuck happened? And when you're Googling for content to how to be better at the game and what works on what killer at the higher ranks, you go, rank 1 pig build. Rank 1 wraith build. What works? Right? Or as Survivor, you go, rank 1 survivor build. What works at the end game? Whatever, right? I think content creation is the one that's going to suffer most. Because how do you prove that you have MMR and that people should listen to you? No, they're just going to have to watch the fucking game and figure out if you're any good or if you're dog shit. But again, in a system like that, you say, but Monster, in the system you just described, that means that if they're getting completely screwed over and dunked on for 2 weeks, that means that they'll be losing MMR and eventually won't be playing at the same level. True. For people like me that have 300 hours in the game, yeah. If I lose 2 or 3 days straight, the system will probably be like, maybe he's not as good as he thinks he is. And put me at a level that's comparable, and I'll start winning, tying, drawing, and not just outright losing anymore, right? Now, people like Otts, Dowsy, Cope, JRM, A-Run, I think those are the ones that are going to suffer more because they have like thousands of hours in this game. You know how long it's going to take for them to lose MMR, especially as a survivor. As a killer, but again, going back to Otts, top 1% Trapper, right? Who the fuck is playing Trapper? Otts hops on Trapper, he's going to go against rank 1 survivors for at least like, I don't know, 2 years. But who does he not have a streak on? Trickster is going to be fine. It'll balance out because relatively not top 1% Trickster. Sorry, Otts, love you, but you know, it could use work from a fellow Trickster main. Or from a Trickster main. All jokes, of course. Please don't sue me. But yeah. Now, the survivors, on the other hand, JRM and Aaron and I'm sorry, I'm a killer bane through and through. I don't really watch too many survivors. But yeah, they're going to be trapped fighting top 1% killers for a long fucking time. And those are the ones that I feel for. Now, thankfully, they won't have to fight Spirit and Blight all day. Or Bubba all day, right? But they're going to have harder opponents that probably aren't going to get looped for 3 or 4 gens. So, from a killer side, will it be harder? It'll probably be more of the same shit. Once you get to red rank, it's the same damn builds. Some swifts, some not. And you're realizing what chases are not to take. Survivor side, if you're a really good survivor, I'll say you have to worry about a different thing. Not what killers that you're seeing all day, but the different playstyles of killers all day. And I think that'll make you a better survivor overall. Because if you've been playing kind of brain off this entire time, you're like, oh, it's a Spirit. I just have to crouch here and I'll lose her. Oh, it's a Blight. I know this exact path that Blight is going to slide off of. And we go from there. But now you kind of have to remember what Trickster's weakness is, what Clown's weaknesses is. Now you have to think about everybody's weakness. So yeah, I think Survivor, it might be a little bit more painful, but that's because everybody's gotten too comfy fighting the same shit over and over. Killers have already been there. No matter what killer I play, I know that I gotta account for Iron Will, Dead Hard, Decisive, Unbreakable. No matter what killer. I know that's what I have to do. But as a survivor, do you remember how to fight against Plague the same time that you are trying to remember? When's the last time that you fought against the Plague? Or a Twins? But no, now top 1% Plague main is going to have some fun games. Because kind of everybody forgot how to play against her. And again, with the system on rewards, 250,000 blood points, I think that's too low. I think after an entire month of playing and climbing, quote unquote, a grade or whatever, you should get a little bit more than 250,000 blood points. I'm sorry, if you make it from S4 to Eerie 1 every month, give you the free fucking million. You can't even get to level 50 on one character with 1,000,000 blood points. I guess if you get super lucky on all the blood webs and do it right, you can. But 9 times out of 10, you're not. So I think they really don't want to reduce the grind too much, but I don't think it's enough. And the system will even out. But I feel for the people that have thousands of hours in this game. That's the main concern out of all of this in regards to the system. Not just how good some people are, but the people that have a lot of time in it is what it'll affect. Now, if they only use the snapshot of SBMM, say it's for the last 2 months, and that's what they're working on, and they go from there, it'll be fine. But if they use somebody's track record the entire time, I don't know how Ox is going to record a video. Like 8,000 hours, right? 7,000? I don't know how that's going to happen. And Scott plays nice. Nicer than I would for most killer situations. I don't know if Scott's going to still be nice. Or still a killer main. But yeah, that's all. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Catch you on the next one. And with that being said, peace out, monstrosities.